Translated from Japanese as unlimited, Mugen was always meant to expand Honda's performance boundaries. Since its founding in 1973, Mugen has worked diligently to enhance every part of Honda's technology with one primary goal: winning races. And selling parts, of course. Whether it's a motocross competition bike, a JGTC war machine, or a Formula One screaming V10, Mugen's meticulous approach has been applied to every street car they've modified. There's a long list of Mugen cars that are essentially concepts showing off the aftermarket parts the company offered, like aero accessories, interior features, and special engine parts. You might be heard about the Mugen CRX, different Civics and NSX of course. But all those cars were just exhibition examples, not for public sale. Looks like the word special is going to come up a lot today. The Type R is already a special car, but when Honda launched the third Type R Civic in 2007, they made one more, for the domestic market only, even more special. Japanese customers received sedan instead of usual hatch, and that wasn't the only difference. The local model was traditionally more advanced technically. The engine output increased to 225 horsepower, 25 horses more by the way. The chassis got stiffer suspension and Brembo brakes. Plus, the FD2 featured independent rear suspension instead of the torsion beam configuration used on the global hatch. But Mugen stepped up and revealed its own vision of how the hardcore Civic should look. And this time, it wasn't just a concept. It went into production as a special Mugen version, which was available only in Japan. But how available? There were only 300 units offered, and it said they were all sold within 10 minutes of opening the order. I do believe, personally, so while the FD Type R is a rare car itself, the Double R is on another level. So what does its goodness rest on? 3 simple pillars: less weight, more power, and the right control to handle it all. Exteriorly, the Mugen is different from the usual Type R, so anyone who knows this car will recognize it immediately. All 300 units were made in a special Milano red color, but the crucial thing is what's underneath the paint. The first thing you notice is the Mugen front bumper made of dry carbon fiber. There's a carbon fiber grille, an aluminum hood with carbon fiber ducts, a carbon fiber rear wing, and a unique diffuser with double exhaust pipes. Wheel arches are extended all around to cover wider wheels. The rims are forged Mugen GP specials, half an inch wider than a Type R has. The curb weight was 33 pounds, or 15 kilograms, less than a usual FD2, but the engine was about to help out a little bit. The Double R is powered by a legendary 2-liter K20A with more aggressive camshafts, a remapped ECU, a carbon fiber intake, a special exhaust manifold, and decorated with a carbon fiber cover. The engine gained 15 horses, rated at 240 horsepower and 218 Newton-meters of torque. Considering the weight loss, this car could accelerate from 0 to 60 in exactly 6 seconds, 7/10 faster than the Type R. And as awesome as the revving is on the Type R, Mugen pushed it further to epic 9,000 RPM. All the power was transferred through a 6-speed manual with a reinforced clutch and helical LSD. And let's not forget the suspension. The Mugen Double R got its own set, lowered by 10 millimeters. There are many Mugen signatures inside, but in my opinion, the standout feature is the absolutely fabulous Recaro seats. These full carbon fiber bucket seats are not only harness friendly, but they also recline and save some weight. And of course, for track days, you'll need a cluster to monitor everything that's going on with your car, and the Double R delivers here too. A large Mugen rev counter is front and center, with a speedometer and a VTEC indicator just above, which helps you nail the right shifting moment. In the center of the dash, there's a triple 1-DIN gauge displaying water and oil temperatures and oil pressure to be sure that the K20A feels fine. The entire interior is adorned with Mugen touches, red stitches everywhere, and special black and red Alcantara upholstery. And of course, every RR has a personal number badge inside to highlight its exclusivity. Talking track performance, the FD2 Type R already surpassed its predecessors. Some thought it was too hardcore and too track-focused for Honda to sell it outside of Japan, so it was already a tough nut to crack, but we're talking about Mugen. Using Tsukuba lap times as a benchmark for all performance JDMs, while the FD2 time was 107, the Double R clocked in 7/10 faster at 106. That's on par with monsters like the GTR, M3, and 911. But hold on guys, it gets better. 104.9. That's the time of the Mugen RR Advanced concept. Yep, you got it right. Mugen wasn't done, and 1 year later they revealed one more special and much more ultimate. This time all the outer body panels were replaced with lightweight carbon fiber, including the doors, fenders and roof. Only the rear quarters remained metal. All the glass except the windshield was polycarbonate. The rear spoiler and front bumper were optimized for top performance. The car got bigger brakes, a 4-piston front and 2-piston rear, new suspension and titanium exhaust. And the engine, it remained naturally aspirated, but displacement was upped to 2.2 liters, increasing output to 260 horsepower. With a weight reduced to 2,414 pounds, 1,095 kilograms, this car could break 1 minute 5 seconds at the famous Tsukuba racetrack. Despite all these modifications, the advanced concept wasn't a roll-caged, track-only monster. It was still a road car with a normal interior that could be driven on public roads, though it never will. Honestly, it's hard to imagine the price of this car if it could be purchased. Only one example was built for promotional use, not for sale. Clearly, even if you have some cash, getting an original RR is a tough task. But what about building your own copy? Honda Civics are among the most modified cars in the world, and the aftermarket industry is here to help you. There's a huge range of Mugen body kit copies available, from cheap ones to carbon fiber. Mugen is a tuning company, so it would be weird if they didn't offer the parts they promote on their concepts. There are a bunch of mods available on their website, such as exhaust and suspension parts, clutches, limited slip diffs, and so on. The rims, still available, even new, though not RR labeled, of course. But when it comes to the seats or the original carbon fiber bumper, no offers. Predictable, right? The Type R has never been a cheap car, but the RR is expectably more expensive. Frankly, I was surprised to find a couple of RRs for sale in Japan. One is modified, another one looks original, and there's one more in the UK, but the price tag is not like the average Civic sedan, of course. No doubt that an original factory-made Mugen model is a holy grail for every Honda enthusiast. But besides all this exclusivity, it's a really awesome car, especially for the track addicted. In my opinion, it's great to see owners using it for its intended purpose, not turning it into a soulless investment object. What do you guys think about 100k Civics? How appropriate is it? The comment section awaits, and don't forget to subscribe. Each of your clicks motivates the channel to grow. Thanks for watching. See you.